What advice would you give your younger self if you were to see them today? So in this generation, how things are, well, even though you're still pretty young, you're just like me, but you're amazing, bro. So, yeah. But what advice would you give your younger self if you was to see them today?
So I want to build for a minute on Gary's favorite, saying, find what you're passionate about, you'll never have to work a day in your life. So this is one thing, I didn't actually know this at the time. I got very lucky in that with all these biographies that I was reading, I was basically getting to try out, hundreds of different careers. Because again, you read about somebody and you experience the world through their eyes for a little bit. You're like, I wonder what it would like to be a Nobel Prize winning chemist or a famous lawyer or a basketball player, a football player. And so I got to get all this experience and trying out all these different possible career paths. And I realized, well, I wanted to be like the best in the world at every sport that I played. At some point, I was going to be like the Tiger Woods of golf and the Michael Jordan of basketball, but I would always move on to the next thing. But there's two decisions in life that really, really, really matter. One, going down, Gary's quote, how do you find what you're passionate about? Because I'm sure in this room, some percentage of you already know what you're passionate about. You know what you want to do for the rest of your life. And then everyone else is like, well, that sounds great, but I'm really passionate about League of Legends. How do I get paid to do that? Or some game or something where it's really hard to figure out how do you make a living doing it, because you know what you're passionate about, but how do you make a living off it? Well, you got to try lots of stuff. Because you got to find something that you're passionate about you can actually make money doing. You can't make money doing everything. If you're really passionate about some types of art, it's going to be really hard to actually make a living doing it. But it may be that you could just use Etsy and you can make a little bit of money off it, and that's enough to create a lifestyle and so on. So general advice is you got to try lots of stuff to figure out what you're passionate about. You can do that by watching TED Talks, by reading biographies, by watching documentaries, by watching biopics. I mean, there's lots of ways to sample these things. Obviously, in Gary's case, he was sort of doing it by, he would talk to the person whose driveway he was paving and ask them about their success and so on. So he'd kind of get a taste of what their career path was like as a way of sampling it and so on. So general advice on how to find your passion about, try lots of stuff until you find something you can get paid to do and that you're passionate about. That is when you've really nailed it in life in general. Because then a lot of other good habits and stuff, that'll just come because you're having so much fun in what you're doing that you don't have to sit there and try to motivate yourself. Right? 'Cause motivating yourself is really hard. Don't try so hard to motivate yourself. Just find something that you actually love doing so much that you don't have to motivate yourself and you can get paid doing. And you don't have to make very much money, by the way. You need probably $40,000 to $70,000 a year in income to get to what is basically a point at which money no longer has a significant impact on your happiness. You need to be able to afford like a middle class lifestyle, and then after that, money just becomes a game. And buying luxury goods doesn't make you happier. So you need to have a car. Well, not necessarily here, but most places. You need to have a car, but it doesn't have to be a Lexus, right? It just needs to get you around. And then after that, it becomes a game. Like for guys like Gary and I and so on, it's totally a game, at some point. So you don't need that much money. Find something you love to do. Now, the other big decision, and the same advice on this, is finding somebody, your spouse, right? Your significant other.
Did I steal yours? Speaking it.
Did I do it?
Oh my gosh, you are.
So same thing. Finding your career and finding your spouse. Two of the most important decisions you'll ever make. Same advice applies. You got to try lots of stuff.
Some people out there love that advice, right? I'll be honest with you.
I say that completely seriously. You have to date enough people to find somebody that you're going to just have this amazing chemical bond with that isn't just a physical one, somebody that you're actually deeply compatible with. And one thing most people don't know is that you get this 6 to 18 month biochemical flurry of emotions when you start dating somebody, and then it ends. And if you're not compatible with them on a deeper level, then things are going to fall apart. So don't get married until you've been with somebody for at least 18 months, or you're just kind of rolling the dice. And then make sure that you marry the right person by making sure that you meet enough new people, right? It's a numbers game. It really is. You meet enough people, you're going to find somebody you have really strong chemistry with and that you're compatible with on more than just a chemistry level.
And now, can you go ahead and elaborate why you're giving them that? Because I think y'all need to know the success story behind why he's saying that. So if you could, you and your
relationship side of it?
Well, yes, but you are married to they have the same ideas.
Okay, so get this. My wife founded one of the largest cute websites on the internet when she was 12. Also. So I totally hit the jackpot. And, and it's true. I networked a lot. I met a lot of people. So I met so many people that eventually, when Gabby and I met, she's actually my co-founder now. But, that wouldn't have happened if I didn't meet enough people and I didn't put myself out there.
There you go. That was good.
That I love your passion and I love what you've shared. I would just add something for myself on that. What would I learn? What would I tell my younger self? Because I'm older, I would tell different versions of my younger self. 10 years ago I'd say this, and 10 years before that I would say this. But I think that I think that it's very important to remember that you have many parts of you, that you are a spiritual person, that you are a physical person, that you're an emotional person, and I would say to take care of all of those parts. I would tell myself to take care of those things so that I can start becoming this more holistic, full person, and to take care of the spiritual side of life in however you interpret that. But to just remember that I would say to myself that I'm not just this, and that there's more to me. And I have 4 daughters, and they're wonderful, and it's a wonderful thing to see them become people that are whole and complete and healthy in so many different levels. And I think that we all want to be known. We all want to be known for who we are, and we're more than one layer. And I would say to all of you and to myself as a younger person to remember that and to take care of all of those different aspects. It's sort of like it's easy to think of Emerson as somebody who's just like doing website things and on the web, but he fell in love and he found his soulmate, and I'm sure that he would say that has made him to be a better version of himself. And I feel that way about me. My husband is the complete opposite of me, and I would be completely lost without him. I'm sure we would all say that.